On this episode of View from the Tap, we'll be reviewing Georgetown Lucille IPA.
All right, welcome to this edition of View from the Tap. It's great to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, this time we're definitely going with more of the local Washington breweries, and we actually went and picked this up right from the brewery on the way home today.
Yep.
So we have Georgetown's Lucille IPA. Guessing it's because they just moved off of that street to their new brewery.
I'm not sure the backstory on that one. There was not a whole lot of information. I know they made about 7 revisions of this. It's an IPA they started working on this last fall, I guess last spring, and they perfected it, and now it's in production. For a while there, you could get a batch here and there, but you couldn't actually get. It would be different every time, and now they've come down with the consistent recipe for it.
Yeah, well, it's rough when you are brewing huge amounts that you don't want to mess it up. But I think they're doing something right with what they have, sir, here.
One thing I like about this, I'm a big IPA drinker, and this has a very attractive piney smell that you get just right after you open it. The first growler I had of this, I opened up the growler and I was just like, oh my gosh, that smells wonderful.
Yeah, it's not one of those IPAs that feel like the enamel on your teeth are getting stripped off. It's nothing like that. It's a really smooth, properly done, balanced IPA.
Yeah, and for flavor, that smell, it complements the taste right as you get that first mouthfeel. It just prepares your taste buds for kind of the bitterness and hoppy flavor that goes along with all IPAs, or really good IPAs, I would say.
Yeah, so you want to say what we have to think about this one?
Yeah, so on this one, I'd say cost. For those of you who live in the Seattle area and you can make it down to the Georgetown Brewery on Lucille and Denver down in Soto, it's $7 for a growler of this stuff. I think that's an amazing deal for the quality of beer you're getting. Now you have to buy a growler, so you're kind of limited. The only other option for getting this is going to your local bar or pub and seeing if they have it on. Now, if they're serving Manny's, which most of the bars here up in the Pacific Northwest are, you could probably ask them, and they could probably get it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, as far as costs, I'm saying 5 out of 5. You can't beat that deal when some of the other bottles that you can get are $4 for a 22-ounce bottle. So that's definitely a good deal. As far as flavor for me, it's all there. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because it's really hard to get the perfect beer, but there's a great balance between the malt and the hops in Lucille here.
And I'm agreeing with you with that 4 out of 5. It's got all the flavors you expect, but I do warn you, if you're one of these Midwesterners who picks up watching this video and you think, oh, I'm in Seattle, I'm going to go get one of these, try this Georgetown beer I heard about on the internet. It's not going to be your Bud Light or Miller Lite, I can tell you that. There's a lot of flavor there, so be prepared.
As far as the tap handle, we don't know. I had never seen it in the bar because it's relatively new, and I didn't have a chance to look at it at the brewery.
Yeah, the only tap handle I've seen, it's very similar to the Georgetown handles. It's the yellow oval with basically their coaster designed that they have designed for the Lucille beer on it. So it's very plain and simple, but for someone who doesn't do bottling, and you get the great deal, and they always have growlers right there available. It's walk in, walk right out. It's an amazing place to check out.
Yeah, as far as value goes, I've given this a 5 on value just because, it's relatively inexpensive for what you're getting. And I don't know what the exact alcohol percentage is, but it's not 5%. You know, so you get higher alcohol beer, good flavor, for a great price.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, just because it is a potent beer. One growler, for those of you who drink out of growlers, you want to drink the beer that night or within about 12 hours of opening it. It's hard to drink the minimum amount you can get for home use, basically. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 just because it's a lot of high octane beer to drink in just one sitting.
And overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. Just, you know, I'd like to drink a lot of different beers, and this one is definitely one that I would get again and, you know, see if maybe they can even improve on it even better. But, you know, it is really good for an IPA.
I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 just for those people who can't handle the IPAs. If you don't know what you're getting into because it is just Lucille, when you see it there at the brewery, you say, oh, I'll take a Lucille. And you don't know what it is, you could be stepping into something that maybe not, that your palate isn't developed to or expecting, yeah. So 4 out of 5, but I would say this is an amazing beer, and I think Georgetown hit it right out of the park for their first production IPA.
All right, well, that's it from View from the Tap. So until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Nice work.
I like this setup a little better. Or a lot better.